私あなたに恋するために生まれたのかしら。薄い風越しに言うは一人つぶやく愛して当たり続ける愛情暗い密室の中で愛しいあなたの顔触れでなででみたいな。これは逆さま綺麗な女の子のそんなに好きなら言って殺してを見つめるは燃える写真映るあの子今どうしてるかしら。あたしのこと好きにさせるわ。ほらこんなに愛しているからあなたを釘付け標本にしたいわ。なんであなた泣いてるの。どうしたの俺のこと段ボールに詰め込んだ体を掴んであげる。ドアの向こう側にプレゼントを置くの。あなたが好きな子猫の首を毎日一つずつ燃える写真映るあの子そんな子いたのかしら。愛してるよそれがほら軽すぎて手が出るわよね。あたしはあなたを永遠愛してる。私あなたに恋するために生まれたのかしら。薄い風越しに言うは一人つぶやく愛して当たり続ける愛情暗い密室の中で愛しいあなたの顔触れでなででみたいな。これは逆さま綺麗な きなら言って殺しでを見つめるは燃える写真映るあの子今としてるかしら私のこと好きにさせるわほらこんなに愛しているからあなたを釘付け標本にしたいわなんであなた泣いてるのどうしたの俺のこと段ボールに詰め込んだ体を掴んであげるドアの向こう側にプレゼントを置くのあなたが好きな子猫の首を
Chamber, do the line. Chamber, do the line.
Hold on, shut up. You're echoing.
Did you get? Oh, there you are. Let's aren't you both down in Discord?
Alright. Wait, there's emotes? How do you do that? Why is it that
Hold
button?
C.
I turned it down in Discord.
Oh, you gotta turn Renji down. I didn't realize he was in the game.
Yeah, they just got in.
Smile.
Okay.
Skeletons. Minions.
My knuckles.
You're red. You don't look much different.
Said knuckles.
Oh, like inside your mask?
Yeah, it'd be inside the mask.
Luigi?
I don't know if I have them. Not in this one. They did have a Ugandan knuckles that actually changes you. You can be wingman if you want to be small.
Wait, it makes you small?
Oh wait, this is not wingman. Yeah. I keep getting pushed every time I try to get wingman. There we go. This and running is my favorite. You gotta plant spike.
Wait.
Go wingman.
Wait, how do you do the thing? What button is this? Oh, there it is.
You can check your settings for them, but mine is C. Oh wait, no, that's. Let me not know.
Oh wow, it's got music.
Wait. When did they add that? That's new. That's new. I have to add that. Who's emoting?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hi,
I'm
everybody.
adding this into my
We're
new will
doing
right
MODDED Lethal
now.
Company, if you couldn't tell. Whoa.
Where's magnetic? Where is magnetic? Where is M?
Bird. Bird is the word. Bird.
Wait, what's it called?
Interesting that Renji picked a deadlock.
Yes, that feels like Sentinel
KJ,
names.
that one
The
has a
buff.
lot of tech. That
don't
one
know,
I
I don't
always
know any of
accidentally
these.
shoot on my team because her jacket's yellow and my enemies are yellow.
Bruh, well, I don't know any of these names except for all this stuff up the front, and even then, that stuff doesn't change my outfit apparently.
No, it
That's
doesn't
just
change.
fair.
Like the Luigi and Mario will change your suit color, but it doesn't change like that one does. This one.
Wait, Fracture, what was the name of that dance you did at emotes?
Attraction.
Attraction? Oh, there it is. I like how I typed it in when it's the first one. Which one am I getting rid of?
That one.
This one is Best Mates. Under Epic.
I'll get rid of float. Okay. Wait. How would I do it?
I would
Can
like
you
to
hear
be
the
able to
music? I
move-
think that's
wish I
gonna
could
get us in
move while
trouble.
doing it.
You can.
No, it stops me when I.
Oh, press C, customize in the top right, and then on the left side there'll be a thing. Where is it?
Oh,
Oh, look.
DMCA protection. Let me turn
Yep.
that on.
Force DMCA friendly audio.
Yep. That's good. Need that.
It's not C. Is it F?
F.
Is it E? There's one other. So I have 2 emote packs in here.
Ah, the sound is not forcing DMCA.
Oh, okay, yeah. So hold M, and then press move while emoting. Experimental.
This is an emote for me.
Is it
Yeah,
emote for you?
M is a random emote for me as well.
Okay, let me see. Change.
There's something about Chamber doing the chicken duck dance.
Alright, so if you go into your settings, remap, or yeah, settings, change keybinds, go to the one that's called too many emotes. Whatever that open emote menu is the button you need to press. I think it's tilde actually.
Yeah, mine is
Okay,
still there.
hold that.
Yeah, that's why I changed it. Hold it, and then the right side it'd be one that says move while emoting, experimental.
Ooh, and then it turns
okay,
off
yeah.
the sound.
DMC free mode as well there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Move emoting. Cool.
But there is one that
I really
you all
hope that
have to
stops
do
playing
to
music.
initiate.
Oh, nice.
Where is it?
Look at this.
Alright, y'all have to join me for this one really quick.
What is? Why are you playing that over your head? I don't know what that is.
Because Wingman is. No, just join. I think you should be able to join on it. Just look at me and press the button. Yeah. Not the same.
Wait, what? How do I? I'm looking at you.
Is it not giving you the option? Oh,
I don't think so.
Is it because I'm emoting?
possible. No, wait. Here we go.
How do I
There
stop?
we go.
How do I
Press,
stop?
um,
How do I stop
Press C.
dancing?
Just press C. Just press C.
This doesn't do. Oh, okay, I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. Now I think you should be able to join.
I play the banjo.
I think. It's
Yeah.
poker face.
The jug band poker face. And then my all-time favorite emotes. My all-time favorite one because you just die at the.
Don't do drugs, kids. Okay, I'm gonna pull this
Yeah.
lever.
Yeah, this is like candy chalk stick.
Okay, so the one you are now, that's his pet on the floor, dead. That's yours.
Yeah, hello. You throw me and I plant the spike.
Oh no. He's dead.
I feel like Gecko would actually do that. Like,
How do
Force
you
drama.
favor?
favorite?
How do you?
Oh yeah, how do you put them on the wheel?
So it just depends on which ones. I have two of them. If you hold the C
found it.
one
It's
in the
middle
top
mouse
right, you can
button.
customize. Okay.
Ah.
Just one bonus. I just want to favorite this one.
Let's go. They'll be so afraid of us. You can still run with this.
Yeah, you can run, climb. You can even hold stuff with the emotes.
Wait, it didn't put it on the favorites.
See, the only problem with the no DMCA music is that like Best Buddies was Take On Me. I love that song.
on your thigh?
I don't know. Can't even see.
One quick thing though, do I have flashlights on? Lethal config.
I don't have a flashlight.
Look.
Whose
Yeah,
footprints?
well, just, as soon as they came in here, oh yeah, I added that because
I
someone
can't see
wanted
my
that
own
last time, I think.
footprints. That doesn't help me.
You should be able to.
I can't see my own.
I think you have to run this thing.
Someone's is orange. I think it's Wolf that's orange.
Wolf was
Let me see.
color mine.
No, I'm green. Wait.
But it looks
There's no orange for us. I think we have different colors. Because I see 2 shades of green and white.
I only see orange and green. I can't see my own feet.
Yeah, you have white for me.
You'll never escape me now, Renji. I can follow your footprints.
That's fine. It's actually better because now you can't get lost.
I don't get lost.
I had to remember what button E was for a second. I almost fell off the cliff or edge.
Wait, how do you scan? What was the scan button?
Oh, right click.
Right mouse.
I meant to add 3 flashlights, but I think I forgot.
I'm sure whatever he said wasn't important. Oh. Man, it's dark. Ooh, I almost fell in a hole. There's a hole.
What? Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at the doing. I forgot.
Forgot what?
Nothing.
Wait.
Well, that's not a good sign.
I don't like that.
There's a slime here.
What?
Oh,
There's a
there is
slime
indeed a
somewhere.
slime. He's right there.
Serenade the slime. No, you just went through it. Did Renji die?
Did he die?
he
Oh yeah,
the
he's
sax
dead.
too hard.
I can't see. I can't see.
No, you're in it now. Oh,
What?
you were in the slime.
It wasn't on my screen.
Oh,
Well, how
you
did
see it though, right? Okay. I'm
we
trying
gotta
to figure out how to
get
get his
body? How do
Yeah,
we get over there?
that's another emote I forgot to add. I want to
Bu-
add Bed's Revive.
You didn't add the revive.
No.
Come this way.
There you are.
Come this way.
Got the bunny.
Come on, slime.
Yes,
Can't
keep
catch
going that
me.
way.
I got these fancy moves.
It did not like me singing.
Did you get the corpse?
Yes, I got it. Oh, wait, there's another way.
Yeah, don't go that way. I lured the slime that way.
Oh. I just realized I've not seen a single item for us yet. Are you gonna bunny hop the whole time?
Huh?
You know you're bunny hopping, right?
No way. Oh my god, why didn't we get flashlights?
We were too immersed in the dancing. I'm gonna put their body outside.
Oh man, I can't see.
You gotta take the hat off.
Come on, Biddy. I'll put you in safety. You're only 11 pounds. You gotta eat more. That's less than a toddler. I'll go find you a cheeseburger, okay? Where'd you go? Okay. He's just napping. It's fine. It's already 4. Hi, Mastermind.
Hello? Oh, okay, that was you. I was so worried. I was like, I heard something go.
I'm gonna go to the emergency exit. Surely there'll be some sort of item over here. All this time that I've spent in Lethal Company, and I still don't know any good, useful tricks or anything. This is dark. Ooh. I don't know what that was. I don't like it. I don't know what that was. I'm out. I'm done. Nope. 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 Nope, 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 nope. I saw something scary in there. We gotta hide, okay? I ran dead straight into it. It was horrifying. Your neck don't look real good. What's Wolf doing? Is he dead? Is he dead? He doesn't look like he's moving. I'm gonna assume that's dead. That looks pretty dead. I don't like that. I don't know what I ran into. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. Not a fan at all. He was dead. When did I get injured?
Yeah, that no flashlights was a real dumb idea.
Fracture, you left me?
You were dead.
Yeah.
I ran into something. I don't know what it was.
This is definitely not DMC free mode, by the way.
Is that a DMCA song?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I muted audio on my side, just in case. Like, because you can do that in the menu as well. Mute emote audio.
Your audio is not muted for the rest of us.
Yeah, I think you have to do it as well, but it's fine.
I do not mind it. I like the things. I have not had any troubles with the mods yet, so until I do, I will be fine. 15, 30, 45. We are one short for 3 flashlights. We can buy 2.
We can't even get the cheap ones?
Yeah, about 2 cheap ones.
Damn, how are we so poor we can't afford 3 flashlights?
We lost the body.
Hey, you. I found an emote that you'll like under Epic.
Let me change the clove. Wait, is Waylay in here yet?
It's caramel dancing.
I don't see that. I don't have that one. Oh wait, there's 10
Under Epic?
pages. How do you go?
Yeah, there's more. You need to scroll wheel because there's like 10 pages. The Fresh Prince.
Is that also under Epic?
Yeah, that's on page 4. Not unusual to be loved.
I was watching the mods load up and I saw Valorant pop up. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that window that pops up where it's like loading everything.
Yeah.
I was like, what you mean Valorant? I'm confused. Oh. You just... Wolf?
Just give me a second. I'll be okay. Just don't worry about me. Don't worry. Okay.
Oh, this is rainy. That means you're gonna flood.
Wait, is it stormy or floody?
Rainy.
Oh, rainy? That's just these right here, the mud pits.
Well, don't you just know everything? Where's the flashlights, Wolf?
They are on the way. Right here.
Do you want the flashlight?
We only have 2. Which one of y'all would like one? Or you can both take them. I don't mind. I'll just follow one of y'all.
Sorry, what? I'm playing with emote.
Do you want the
Here,
flashlight?
flashlights are right here.
I don't mind.
They're over here.
Alright.
You're
I'm
off
gonna
beat,
stop.
Clove.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Wait, how do you use it in that spot?
How do you use it now?
Right alt toggle. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
That's like...
Imagine if I could put smokes down.
What do you need that for?
I don't know. The monsters probably run through them.
Here. I'm gonna do something crazy and go through the emergency exit right away. Because you know what? I'm gonna find that room where it's got a bunch of crap in it. And I'm gonna bring it to the ship, and I can't be called the laziest employee anymore. That's what's going to happen. If we see a monster like last time, we'll just see what I tell you. Yippee. I told you we would find a bunch of stuff. I told you. There's a mine somewhere. Yippee! Wait. I'm in. Oh, I can see my feet now. I think. I couldn't see my footsteps before. Wait, was there a door upstairs? You have something? Nope. It's not a yippee guy. There was nothing in there. Door? Oh. There's the mine. Ooh, there's a room. I feel like if I pulled that thing out of the wall, I'd get in trouble. You guys think I'd get in trouble? Alright, I don't like that. Okay, did I not come this way? I did come this way. This way? No. Well, flip! I got lost. Somehow. This way? Okay, I'm fine. Yippee! Yippee!
Why do I hear you? Oh, you're alive!
What happened?
There's a Bracken. Well, Freddy.
Freddy?
Yeah, Freddy Fazbear.
Did you let Renji die again?
No, what do you mean let them die? I didn't let them die last time, but no, they just took something to the ship.
Look, I found!
Hey, why? Oh, that's why. Did you see Freddy Fazbear?
No. I think I saw him last time or something. I don't know. Last time I ran into something and it scared me and I ran back out.
Bro, I was walking right, and then I looked through that like steamy door, and I just saw this big fucker like glowing eyes looking at me.
Did Wolf go back in?
Yeah, I think so.
I wish if you squeeze this, it spurted confetti.
Now Wolf's coming back. Wolf's back.
Are we done? I have to wait. I don't have a flashlight.
Oh,
You want one? How do I drop it?
there you go.
Yeah. Why can't I? Oh yeah, Alt.
Wait, can you activate it and then put it back?
Activate one.
Because it's like on your shoulder.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can,
it
but
just stays on your shoulder.
How did you turn it on? I had
You
to put
press
it in my
F.
hand. Oh.
No, you press F. I have a specific thing for it.
Do you want it?
No.
You can have. What did you?
This is how you game, guys. You don't touch the controller at all. That's how you know you're a pro gamer. Pro gamer.
Alright, are we going back inside or are we done?
I don't know.
What time is it?
I don't know how much I want to deal with Freddy.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
6
it's
PM.
not too bad.
You can go back in. You
There'd be no point
have
by
free will.
myself. If I lose this flashlight, that's it. We only have one.
Why am I flipping off? What happened? What
I don't
button
know.
was
Why
that?
are you doing it?
What
You
was
probably
that?
press the random one.
I didn't push
Red
any
card
buttons.
on the play. No flicking people off.
How did you do that?
I pressed
No.
3 on the keyboard twice.
Oh yeah,
Doing
those
it
are
with the
just,
yippee in my hand.
Oh, because you can do this too. Oh. There we go. Wait.
What am I doing?
So if you're AFK, just press the 0 and
That says hey.
thing though. Yeah, well, yeah, you have to type what you say. Oh wow. Let me see, is there an actual AFK one though? I think it shows, so... Oh yeah, there is actual AFK emote.
You look like a beggar.
By saying be right back?
The way you're holding the sign, yeah. Follow our channel. Click the names in the title and give them a little heart. If you don't,
Oh, something's outside.
pull the lever, pull the lever, pull the lever. Pull the lever.
My gosh. Why'd you get a deep voice for a second? Oh no! One of the mimics, the dog just said, "I just saw Freddy Fazbear."
Oh god. No.
I don't like
forgot we
that.
have that on. Yeah. I was so confused. I was like, Reggie, when did you get a voice changer?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Wait a second, I forgot dogs can spawn. Alright, one day.
We have
let's not go to the same place because it's foggy. Why do I
This
keep
is
hearing
in slot
yippee
3.
assurance?
Where are we going?
I'm echoing.
Your
Master Blaze
flashlight's
says
on.
I'm echoing y'all.
Huh?
Yeah. Hey Wolf.
Hmm?
Can you see my message?
What message would you say?
Did it not do it anymore?
I wasn't looking. I was trying to check to see if it was on my end. I was echoing. How are you yipping?
Mine, you can't have it. I found it. That's my treasure.
Oh, you got the little yippee toy. Got it. It's so bright. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.
Did you say it was bright when it was pitch black?
Well, no.
So you get the flashlight.
I couldn't better. Okay. This will be my ending. The intro. The outro. If I move this.
Wait. We have to have a dance with it.
Oh yeah, true. Hit it again, Reggie. Wait. We need the music. So I got. That is not. Wait, I need the music. There's no music with this.
I'll
do this one.
Where's this confetti coming from? You guys see confetti?
Yeah, from my emote.
Oh.
I think it is Wolf.
Yeah, it's my emote.
Alright, where are we going?
Assurance.
Is this the one I get lost on? Yeah. Ra 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 sweet. I don't know the whole song.
Yippee is gonna get us killed.
I mean, the bracken does like that sound. No, it's the air horn. It's the air horn. Is that the air horn or no?
Something likes the air horn. The dogs love the air horn. Trust me. Somebody put that
the
in my
bracken
hand and
likes
I
the air
honked it and I
horn.
died. That's still one of my favorite clips. I want confetti to come out of this thing.
Isn't that the whole one? It's not. Okay, I gotta find the whole one. I'm diamond.
We found the door. Yippee. I don't remember this shit being so dark. Dang it. I can't see my feet again.
What? God damn it.
What was that?
Turn the horn. Hey.
Air horn.
Pick it up. Yep.
Yeah, this is how I died the first map. I tried to just
First
jump
map?
over this. Yeah, first map one, I died because I jumped over this thinking it was that part.
Watchers.
I can't yippee in these conditions. Hey, there's more bottles. There's bottles. Somebody with two hands. I can't jump.
Oh no, I can't. I can't. Oh,
By the way, you're not safe from the lurking either.
No, I don't.
I don't think I'm safe at all. I'm in lethal company, man.
There's a turret here, be careful.
Whoop, not going that way.
he says whilst he says whilst emoting, like, be careful.
Can I emote with bottles?
Yeah, you can emote with anything.
I'm a snake summoner.
Let's get the shit out of me. I just fucking saw this snake come out of nowhere. I was like, what the
What is that?
Turret!
Renji?
Oh, yeah, they're live.
I'm half health, but I'm alive.
Can the turret see us over here? How do we leave? Where's the
don't
out?
My flashlight's up.
Wolf, how do we leave?
Yeah, mine's dead too.
Where's that in?
Oh, there's stuff in here, I think.
You
I may have lied.
Is there the exit? Oh, no.
Oh, is this the whole song?
There's a key here.
Oh, I don't have a key. Oh, we need a key right here. Never mind, actually.
Well, if
we
I
can't
have
do that one.
bottles.
Alright. Where?
Right
Wait,
here.
Wolf, where you at?
Alright, right here.
You're just swinging them around. Oh.
Key here,
I
please.
just look up and there's just a box of bottles swinging.
Key?
We were in here.
Is there an upstairs? There
Yes.
is.
There's a door. A magical door to the exit, hopefully.
Oh, wait, what's this?
You
Another key.
thought so, right?
Huh?
Is there anything this way?
I don't know, I didn't go all the way down, is it?
There isn't. There's a dead end.
Oh, okay.
I'm blind, I can't see.
So, flashlight dead.
Oh, more bottles.
Okay, none of us can carry that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we all
wait,
have
wait.
balls.
Does anyone have a key?
You
Anyone have
had
a
a
key?
key.
Oh, wait.
You
Oh,
have-
I do have a key. I do. Alright. Are y'all ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. No,
We gotta go. We gotta go.
we don't even know where the go is.
I know where one is. I just need to know how to get back to the room with the turrets. Anybody know how to get there?
Why is things...
What was that?
What is that?
Oh, God.
The
What the
place is
fuck,
gonna
Wolf?
explode if we don't
What
hurry
did you
up.
put in the game?
Hurry. We just gotta hurry. Just run back. Where's the... Is this the way back?
No.
Oh
is
my
it?
god.
No, we're about to light. The round is about to be over. We don't hurry. Oh, I found it. I found it.
We came through here. We came through here.
Follow you, you're running too fast. Slow down.
Well, we can't slow down. It's either run faster or die.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Ow. Ow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Alright,
dead.
where's the door?
Hi.
Hey.
Up here. Here's the exit. Here's the exit.
He doesn't know we're dead yet, does he?
We can't risk it. I can't risk it.
You think we should just tell him he'd let us die? Not say anything about the turret?
That's if he doesn't die. Bees and the dog.
Dang it.
Well,
Opened the
What the
door and
fuck?
fell in front of it. Yeah, so look. Basically, if you take the reactor, you have 2 minutes to get off the planet before it explodes.
It's a good thing I didn't rip that
Yeah,
out in the
we-
last round. Jesus.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. It's like, I feel like if I pull this out, I'm gonna get in trouble.
See, I added because so many people like taking it without thinking like, oh, this will affect everyone. So now it does affect everyone.
Well, I
Good
thought
to-
about everyone else, so it didn't work. And then you just
I
yanked
did
it out because you're like,
too.
nobody's done it yet, so let me just trigger it.
Well, yeah. Wait, what got y'all the turret? I'm guessing.
Turret?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
turret. I got to where you was, and then I died. So I think
Oh.
turret got me as well.
I honestly forgot about that turret. I just got.
I thought it was deactivated because you just ran past it and it didn't wake up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I forgot about it.
And then I walked past it and I'm like, oh, I'm about to die because I saw the laser in my face. Through my head.
The thing was, you ran at me, and then I was like, "Oh, okay. I think I'll be all right." And I was instantly dead as I got to exactly where you were stood. Sure, where we going now, guys?
Oh, we
Oh, we're about to
technically
die.
lost. We have to start over.
Well, then I better get some bonus dancing in before we die.
I'm dead.
Just-
You ever see a corpse do this shit?
Hmm?
Acknowledge my death.
Dude, you're just being lazy. Stop sleeping, lazy bones.
Kick him off the ship.
Do we live here now? Is that what happened?
Actually, no, we can. We
My
make peace with the
yippee!
monsters.
No!
Nah.
I gotta go find another one. I'm gonna go get another yippee. I need it. I need it. See, it seems to pick and choose when my feet show. It don't show me my feet. This is not a yippee. This is...
Oh no, Wolf indulged
Yeah, I've
in too
been
many
dead the whole
chocolate
time.
cigarettes.
Chocolate cigarettes.
Did you not have those when you were a kid? The chocolate ciggies?
Bro, I don't think that's a thing here. At least
Ours
I've
aren't
never seen
chocolate.
them.
They're like a Smarties texture. They're
Yeah, we
chalk
have them.
sticks,
I
basically.
also found
As you have not met the profit quota, your performance has been deemed below standard.
They won't shoot me off.
Welcome
I'm
to our
already
disciplinary
gone.
process.
chocolate ciggies.
Just follow the trail.
I heard just follow the trail and I turned to see Wolf's cigarette smoke. What the fuck?
See, I told you we'd meet again. Y'all follow the trail.
Oh, that was funny. I heard you very faintly say follow the trail and I turned my camera just in time.
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat and sleep for the duration of your contract.
Structure. I don't know why it throws me off seeing Chamber do this.
What do you think? Oh, but it's okay that Gecko does it?
But this makes sense related to Gecko. I would never see Chamber do that.
True.
Chamber.
How about this?
Oh god. On that Fortnite stuff.
My heat. I like that I have a chair now. I don't have to walk.
Alright, I got us flashlights. Where is
Niku
the-
live. gonna give you up. Never gonna let you
Yeah, I always do that.
Never- There's somebody I follow
favorited
on
that
Twitter
ages
that
ago.
posts their accessory store, and they're on like week 30 of trying to get the Your Rickroll.
The Euro Rickroll?
Yeah,
Oh, the spray. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. This one's for you, random person on Twitter.
Mm. Info config. Push component.
What are you doing?
Burr, burr, burr.
Calm down.
Yeah,
guys,
crabby.
Guys. Chill. Chill. Chill.
Imagine you're doing that. People just slowly crouching like this.
Or like this.
That.
Remember, y'all, we can play the game
This
with
is
the
called evil.
like,
It's on page 4 of Rare. It's hilarious.
I guess this
Wolf's
is our
like, I
new-
done so much
our
to
new
get
thing,
like
though.
new monsters and shit in here, and they're just playing with the emotes.
we haven't even seen the one that I want to see yet. And I was trying to see if I can change the spawn rate, but we'd
Wolf,
have to
I
restart
don't know
the game.
this
so it's
one.
fine.
We never go to this one because I get lost.
I get lost too, but it's okay. We'll do our best.
Oh, what? You're flossing?
Yeah.
See,
Oh, look at this.
Oh, Spider-Man.
oh yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Wait. I want to copy it.
Stay away from me.
Oh, it's a good thing I forgot. We stopped here. I forgot I had flashlights.
Everybody get a flashlight?
Yeah, everyone has one. Renji, come get a
Renji,
flashlight.
flashlight. Renji.
Put nanny.
No, I want
Get
the
away
emote.
from me, Wolf.
I want the emote. Did I get it? No. Oh, what is that?
Under legendary.
Or something. Oh yeah, we have some move. we need to get scrap. Favorite emote.
Like Hoot Nanny?
Food nanny.
Yeah, the Hoot
Just
Nanny.
follow the confetti. You'll find Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he is. Wait, what's this bridge? Oh, wait. I know that bridge. Bees! Never mind, it's not bees. You guys remember? I ran away like the coward I am. No. Oops. That's awesome. Fish!
What'd you say?
A fish. It looks funny. This doesn't look like a fish.
Where do the sprinkler?
I'll get your spotlight going. There you go.
Nothing else down here.
What about in the doors? Oh my god.
Whenever I turn on the flashlight, I just do a random emote.
Oh, I thought you were peeing.
I can't. What? This.
Yippee!
I'll trade you. You want a fish? You want a fish?
Yeah, I don't want it.
The flashlight broke my camera.
Oof.
That's the emote.
Yeah,
I can't tell what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm
when
still
you
in first
emote with the
person.
flashlight, it's bad.
You can change what buttons you have. Oh, Bracken room, possible Bracken. Freddy Fazbear might be here.
Does Freddy like you?
I don't know. It's a good question. I did the full performance.
Can they hear the emotes?
I actually don't know that. I think they can.
Well, at least I know you're nearby because I can hear you pee.
What the fuck?
It was the wrong part of the emote when I came through the door.
I'm sorry, it just threw me off seeing Clove.
Oh, was that you yipping or was that the bug?
The bug yippies? Okay, that one wasn't me. That's the bug.
There's a bug?
Yeah, he's right
Yeah.
here. Around the corner.
Oh, I found. Oh, so much stuff. Reactor core.
Got phone.
A
You
phone,
got a phone?
nice.
Does it do anything? Can you call someone?
Get it and call 0230.
My flashlight died.
Can't do nothing with it.
There's more stuff this way.
Oh, flashlight's dead.
There's a toilet.
Toilet?
We're safe. Yeah, toilet paper.
I'm not carrying that, I can't see.
Oh. I thought it was TP. I thought it was gonna be like an actual toilet. It's not a toilet.
Found the door, it's locked. Does anybody got a key?
Nope.
I got toilet paper.
Can you see?
Nope.
Yeah, this toilet paper's huge.
Unless you guys are right in front of me, I can't really see
Okay,
anything.
watch your step. You're right next
Can't
to
see
the gap.
anything but Elliot's paper
forward.
rolls.
Okay, you're safe. Let's try to get you back
Oh,
to
no.
the ship.
Wait, if we're going back to the ship, we might as well just get the reactor then.
You can grab it once we're closer to the exit.
I don't know how to get out of here.
There'll be footsteps for you to follow. You just gotta be quick about it. Ah, loot bug.
Oh no.
What? Flee! Reggie! I don't know how to help you. Emote!
Wait, what happened?
He's gotta flee.
Oh, no, just run. Leave. Reggie's dead. You can get away from him. Get away from him.
Yeah, I would do that.
Did you hear a scream too?
No. Don't grab that. There's a lot of crap to run from. You can come back for it. Wolf. Don't touch it. Wolf. Wolf. Better stop it.
It's here.
Yeah, you can come back for it. You know where it is. Grab the toilet paper.
But it takes two people though.
Oh no.
There's
Where are you running from?
Renji.
Chocolate cigarette.
What?
Renji. Huh? Oh my gosh. Freddy. I'm dead. Wait, is that you talking?
I wasn't saying anything. I heard Renji's voice. I'm leaving. I'm hearing a deceased.
Wait, are you? Oh, no.
Huh?
Wait, what got y'all to turn? You can have it.
Alright, I don't like this. I'm out. Leaving. Maybe not. Oh god. Oh. You motherfucker. Fuck you.
This fracture.
Well,
You're not gonna get
Yeah, that
me,
bug.
flea.
that bug got me good.
It was nice. It was funny.
And you are correct. As soon as I died, I heard Freddy. So
And if you see that room, it's a good chance he's there.
Did you guys see that flea running at me?
Yeah.
I was cornered. Went out on my
Jump
own
over
terms.
it. You know that, right?
Huh?
Did you know you should jump over it?
No. I panicked.
Thank you for the mustache. That was funny though.
Wait, I gotta go.
I remember when this was everywhere.
yeah, right.
Op, op, op,
Hmm?
opanganga style. Brr, 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 brr.
Damn it. What's your problem?
Alright, Wolf is not allowed to pick the moons anymore.
Wait, that was a good move.
No.
We can, if we want to experience more. One of them is not even spawning now I think about it.
You
These
should
all
have found a
gone
mod
free.
that made the awful moons free.
I didn't think about that.
Is there even a thing like that?
Yeah,
Probably.
to make like everything free. There's this one mod I
Oh.
like having. It's I think in-game items where you can get a personal teleporter. So whenever I get that, I add it to be free. So that way, if I'm being chased or something, I can just TP back to the ship with my items. Or if I'm being lazy.
How dare you! Don't scream at me. I didn't do anything. I didn't scream.
You didn't do anything.
Nope.
You didn't,
I
do,
didn't do
anything,
anything.
is it?
I
So,
didn't. I
why did I get
didn't.
hit by a bunch of stuff, huh?
It wasn't me, that was somebody else. You,
Yeah, someone
see,
else
it's,
called
it's
you
not in
Fracture.
chat. I didn't do it.
I can see it in my chat.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, you Fracture redeemed fucker.
Uh-uh. I'm not you, Fracture. I'm Fade.
This is Patrick. That's what I heard. What screamed back at you? I didn't hear anything.
What?
Oh wait, never mind. I forgot we have a shared chat.
That's my sound alert. It's a loud noise for if I startle chat. They can startle me back. But somebody abuses that. I'm not gonna name names. Hi, Mittens. I found a thing. I can't see. I can't see. Oop, door.
Guys, we're doing our best.
Return the slab.
This door, we shouldn't let Wolf find it. New creature data.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you.
Revenge! Revenge!
Return this. Oh, this will happen to you.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Emergency evacuation.
We have to leave anyway because if we die, hit the ship. I might be dying soon. Hurry!
Are you haunted?
Hurry!
Are you haunted?
Oh, I am haunted. Oh, that's even worse.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen the little girl in so long. Oh, look out the ship! Look!
Oh.
Oh, it won't show you?
Oh,
Dang it. What is that emote? Smooth opera? But we finally got the one I wanted to spawn, and I accidentally...
What one?
So... Oh, I'm not telling you, so that way...
I ran into something. It didn't move, but it was definitely not meant to be there.
What was it? What did it look like?
I don't know. I saw it, I ran into it, and I backed away and left. Hey,
All
look,
I
it's
know
the butt
is
thing.
I was-
It's a canon Valorant event.
Canon Valorant event?
Yeah, people twerk.
All I was told was, hey,
specifically
we
Valorant.
shouldn't let Wolf find this room. So I ran in and took the thing.
I said we shouldn't. And then Renji ran out screaming revenge.
Yeah, I heard that when I was running. I was running out and heard and I was like, what happened? Alright, we have to go to another place. This one's foggy.
You don't like some fog? Yeah.
Dude, it's too hard to
Look at
see
my
if
butt.
we get that one.
Look at my butt. Chat. This is as unsay-so as I'll ever be.
Yeah, that's unstuck.
You may look at the butt. Enjoy. You get 5 more seconds of butt.
Hey, there's slapping emotes.
Slapping.
Wait, there you go. Wait, I got you.
YMCA.
Is this supposed to be finger pokies? What- Chamber's fingers are too long.
I think all of them are too long.
Yeah, for
I hit
these,
that
yeah.
button
What am I
before.
doing? What is this? What? What the fuck?
Hey, get sturdy with it.
I don't know what that means. Jingle jingle.
Oh, what emo is that?
Challenge?
I told Wolf where to get the Spider-Man emote, and he still hasn't used it.
Bro, I'm just messing around with emotes any chance we get. I just want to see what they all are. There's so many of them.
There is way too many, honestly. And I'm just on the wheel, not even the other ones.
I've been going through, like, just seeing what's what.
Distraction dance! What are you doing? This isn't a
Blocking
stage.
this.
I faintly hear music coming out of you.
Yeah.
Mines! Bracken! There's Bracken.
Oh.
Renji, there's a Bracken.
Please?
Renji, there's a Bracken.
It's not spawned yet. We got a little bit of time. Oh, turn. No, mine. Fracture. Oh, I thought you stepped on it when you
Mind
picked
your
that up.
business.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Oh, what's this? Oh.
There's so many stairs in this place, it's crazy.
Man, I feel like we get this same spawn every time. Stuff room?
Okay, what's buttons?
Stuff?
Stuff?
Stuff room?
Oh. I found a phone.
Hey.
No, dude.
Oh, there's a mine there.
Yeah, you almost stepped on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I almost walked down some stairs.
Oh, another phone. I found.
Does anybody have... Oh wait, I have a key.
I got 2 phones, Joel.
That's
Is it
suspicious.
evil
Anybody
on
with 2 phones is sus.
No.
Wolf,
It's
why you need
perfectly
to
safe. Well, no, just 2 phones. Wait, is there an emote for this?
Wolf is just making some deals, you know.
I
Drug
got
deals.
Fuck with that. Did you hear
That's
that?
that Benji up. Yeah, that's the phones. You hear a scream on the end.
Oh, okay. It's like, why did I
There's
just hear a
another
scream?
phone in here.
3 phones! I got 4 phones!
There's another one in there.
I got 4 phones.
Good. We don't know the way back.
Wait, what was that?
Are you sure?
Do you? Cause I don't.
What can we do?
This is gonna kill the run. Follow the footprints.
Ah! What is that?
What do you see? What do you see?
A ghost with a
it's
gun.
Safe, it's safe. It's safe. Just, I think, sure that. Oh.
What the fuck?
kill me.
Evacuation.
Oh.
Oh, dang. Run, run. Oh, stop chasing me, run.
Oh, fire exit.
Are you talking?
Oh, you are lucky.
Only problem is I don't know how to get back to the ship from the fire exit.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
How did I? Oh, they are so lucky.
How did you die? You got popped by a ghost. The ghost has a
Sprint.
gun.
The ghost doesn't kill you though.
He did.
The ghost. No,
He shot
something
me.
else had to kill me.
He shot me. I was shot.
By the ghost though?
Yes.
about it.
That was the only thing there.
Whoops.
Oh, there had to have been something else. There had to. have been.
Let's see. What can I do in there?
Because the ghost is neutral.
It's dynamite.
For reactor core meltdown.
Oh wait. I got the best one. Best mates. Here we go. Best mates.
They're trying to defuse the situation.
They're best mates.
I
know,
got
it
shot
worked.
by a ghost, and
I don't think it was the ghost.
the
though, was
ghost
it?
had a gun.
The ghost had a gun.
No, the ghost had a heart.
No, the ghost had a gun for sure. He tried to
Did
shoot.
I change the email? Wait, let me see.
You have 0 days left to meet the profit.
I
quota.
sure hope these
You can use
apparatus
Did they update
Are-
that?
pilot to the company building.
are worth a lot.
They are.
190 we have.
Mine only says 20.
I can see 490.
Oh. Is that how much they are? Does this cheat and tell you the total? Regardless of the
I
secret?
think so.
Neat.
Think so.
Well, we can go to the company, yeah. It may have been past the first 3 days.
You know, I got super lucky. I actually didn't know the way back. I just happened to find that fire exit.
You didn't know the way back?
But it worked out. Nope.
I know you didn't. I was trying to run and follow the footsteps before they faded. And then I ran into the ghost.
Oh, they added ghosts. There's a haunted harpist, a phantom piper, and an enforcer ghost.
Enforcer ghost? Is that the one we ran into?
I'm guessing that's one that shot us. That's wild. We turned a corner and boom, got popped instantly. Yeah.
Like my dance.
I didn't even see it.
My dance?
Your Fortnite dance?
Is this Fortnite?
Yeah,
I know
yours is.
nothing about Fortnite. Unlike some people.
Played it.
I played it
Fortnite's
once, but it
fun.
wasn't good.
It wasn't
You
good.
wanna play rock, paper, scissors?
Who
I think I
won?
won.
I won.
I think I won. I don't know.
No.
All right, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. All right, tie.
Oop.
You are true professionals.
Oh no, get Renji won. Oh my gosh.
Gecko.
Yeah, Gecko won. That's 2 for Gecko. One more best. Fracture 1. It's 1-2 so far. All right, Fracture 2-2. Last one.
Draw.
Hey, and Renji takes it home. No, Renji has to pick
That was
rock,
both
paper,
scissors. That was both scissors. Don't give me that shit.
Unless we see differently, I guess. What are you doing?
Matrix.
Matrix.
Matrix kick, it's called. Could do the dodge as well.
I'm diamond. Oh, it shows the email in the top corner.
Welcome to the gun show. Yeah. Hello, friend.
Hello. No
Ooh.
beacon.
That is not Omen. There we go. This is totally in character.
Mm. Wait, what is that?
Whoa, you're gonna get dizzy.
Never.
Wait, I want to try that. Wait, can we do this with?
Wait, did you put in a moon?
Oh wait, I have to go to the store first. Store Pro 3 C 476. Do we want the teleporter?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot what that was.
The fuck are you doing?
It's called Tralala.
Tra-la-la.
Dora. Boom, 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 boom.
Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, is a winner, winner, bam, bam, bam. Bam, is a winner, winner, bam, bam, bam. Bam, is a winner, winner, bam, bam, bam. Winner, is a winner, winner, bam, bam, bam. Blech.
Oh, so that's good.
It's trying to spring here. It is not great. Adamance. Don't get taken away.
No.
Is this the one that brings
There's lots of
our
dancing.
items?
So many
very cool.
dance.
Yeah, what is that?
I feel like I'm not doing the same dance of you, but I definitely hit the sync emote button.
What's happening?
Why is this taking so long? Wolf? Wolf? Wolf?
There it is.
Alright,
Happened. That's okay.
oh no, the connection just
Oh,
messed
now
up.
I'm doing the right one.
We have flashlights coming. Flashlights coming.
Where's it land?
That's a good question. Look in the air, and we'll find out.
Don't hear any music yet. When did we leave?
I don't know. Oh, here it is.
Pulling it out again tonight. God damn it.
Oh, look at that. No, you did it on purpose. That was on purpose.
Definitely. Wait, this is both in the slot and not. Did I pick up two?
Yeah, there's multiple. I bought 7.
What the fuck?
I have
put this
3.
on
How
the
many y'all
ship.
have?
I put it on the ship.
Same.
Okay. Put it in the red thing. The red thing. E.
Okay.
Let me email. Let me seek.
Why do you have 2
we go.
flashlights still?
I do have 2. How do you know I had 2?
Because one's on your shoulder and one's in your hand.
Oh. I'm
Did
gonna
you?
grab another one then.
What's going on?
Apparently the bird. Alright, so be careful because now all the mods are working. So I will give a heads up that if you see a blue ghost, the heart, it will not attack people unless you take the heart. The other 2 ghosts, I don't know anything about those because I've not seen those before. Oh.
Man, I gotta unbind that.
Combine what? Random emote?
Yeah. It makes it hard to see. It bobs my head.
Is there nothing different?
No.
I guess we're gonna wait up wolf fight then.
There's parkour the other way.
No, no, stay back. Don't come this way. Back. Back.
Fuck it. Alright, I guess I'm going to go do parkour.
Nothing, no, huh? I thought you jumped around me.
I think they took you too seriously, Wolf.
Oh no, I don't know if I can make that. I could make this, but I don't know about that.
I was gonna say, I was like, what is this Looney Tunes ass sound effect?
Yeah, I hit stuff.
What the fuck? Oh, that's why he said back. The emergency exit's like right here.
Yeah, so that means we can come back to this. Let's take this stuff, anything we have, take it to the ship, and then we can come back and this will be our exit. Don't take it yet.
Just saying, I was tempted.
Get down there, or get the box. You want the box?
Yeah, you yank it out twice, and now no one ever trusts you. Yawn.
Do y'all have any items?
No.
Yeah, I got.
I found a loot
cookies
bag.
and pickles.
Okay. If you want to take it back, you can. You target. Oh wait, maybe you need a shovel for that. Where are you? There you are.
I'm looking for items. Oh, I got an item. I can leave now. That's how that works.
Wait, here, get this one. Get this one. Oh my gosh! Fracture! I need your help.
Nope, you're on your own. Oh god, there's a loot bug.
Oh my gosh, that was. I had not seen that thing in so long. I forgot what it was. No, it doesn't hear you, right? It's based off. It doesn't hear you. It's based off a sight. It sees you, Fracture. It sees you.
I'm dead.
Whose voice was that? No, put him down! Put him down! Why'd you do that? Ah!
What the hell was that? Fucking all that stuff.
Did you see the
just
dog? I walked out and there was a dog and Wolf was just talking. I'm
Yep.
like, nope, fuck you.
Yep. That's why I wasn't talking, because I walked out first and it was just there and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, Wolf was talking. I was like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, that can't hear you. I'm like, that's not the problem.
I saw the two other things, because you know when they're like in a group, they're likely to attack.
Yeah, the monkey things.
And then, yeah, and I was trying to run and I fucking didn't see the fucking giant there.
Unfortunately, you can't jump up that. I tried.
Bruh, I lost my pickle.
Why do you always have a thing with pickles?
I like pickles.
I
Just 'cause
want
you
to like
don't.
pickles. I want to, but they lie to me. They lie. Pickles are a
You
lie. Like cake. Cake has never lied to me. Except when it's got raisins in it. You put raisins in your cake? Jail.
Raisins is good.
Not in things. Like cookies and cake,
Doesn't matter.
no raisins.
I like raisins.
I don't know if that's them or
Yeah.
they have eaten. He got eaten. What just
I think I
happened to
just
the?
heard a
Oh, I was about to say something. Eat it.
I think I
Okay.
I don't know. I think I might have had the mimic like when I was like walking out.
Do you
But I'm
remember
not
when you
sure.
died to the flea?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
I heard chocolate cigarettes, and I was like, nope, I'm out. I was like, I'm out.
That's amazing. I love that. That's what it copied. Just like chocolate cigarettes. But you never had chocolate ciggies.
Give him confetti.
See, Wolf was saying like, oh yeah, you know, we got mimic because you wanted it so that I would hear what was that. But so far, all we've ever heard is my voice.
I think it only does it after you
Welcome
die.
back. What happened?
We got
The
8.
mimic.
Well, I got 8.
No. Oh no.
I also got 8. I was telling
it
that
with
I was
any
giving the tree guy the business, you know? I was like, hey, you gotta put him down. Fuck you, man. You can't do that shit.
Oh,
And then
I
he
knew.
ate
I
me.
thought I saw somebody standing next to it. I was like, wait. Nobody would do that. So I was like, nah. I
Joke's
must be
on
seeing
you.
things.
I would do that.
It is funny because I did hear that as I was getting eaten. Like, hey, you put him down.
And then Renji got 8, and I was like, why'd you do that?
What'd you do? That is bad manners.
Can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this. Somebody jutsu.
That was fun. Pretty good timing. You started that and started sparking.
Welcome. I'm asserting dominance.
That's cheating!
That's not cheating. Alright. I'm surprised. What I'm trying to do for so long. Wait! I can die now. I can die now.
Yeah,
Get your, I'll
you
get your
guys
new
gonna stop me?
flashlight. Get your new flashlight. Get your new flashlights.
I can't pick it up.
I knew someone was gonna do it.
Blech. Wolf, is this the one we can't navigate again?
No, this is the easier one.
I can't navigate anything.
It's because you keep
I would
Just
emoting.
avoid the holes.
No, it's because I play with you guys. I just follow you guys. I never learned anything.
Wait, I need to change my keybind.
I literally only ever play with people, so I just follow everyone who knows where they're going.
Which one is the random emotes F? Turn it off.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually, yeah.
Is it this one?
It's custom emotes API.
Don't need that. Delete.
I'm gonna swap it to... Actually, I'm just gonna remove the keybind. I don't...
Yeah, I don't like those emotes.
I
They
don't
are
have a
in first
flashlight.
person.
Make sure you have a flashlight for extra because it's TP'd you. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a flashlight. Here, do y'all want the weapon?
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just stick with y'all. I'll just pick up stuff. I don't need to go back. Oh my gosh.
Present!
Be careful, summer traps.
Open it.
Dang it. What was it?
Freddy. Mr. Bracken.
I tried to open it near Wolf so that he would die if I died. I found a fire exit. Hello guys, we got ads incoming on this side here, so make sure you take a minute and do a little stretchy stretch. Go piss girl. And all that jazz. Can I get a yippee?
Surprisingly, they are.
There they are. Yeah, what do you need help with? There's nothing that way.
I need a yippee.
You go. But does that count?
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Door! Bottles! Bottles. Wait, is there a fake fire exit?
And there isn't.
Oh, we didn't put that good.
So
I've
they're
seen that
both
mod.
real?
I don't
'Cause I
like
already
that
saw
mod.
one.
There's multiple fire exits in this map.
Okay, well, you guys got stuff, so like.
It's not enough. We need more. Our quota is
See,
higher.
here's my other fire exit.
Yeah.
Wolf really wants Freddy to appear and eat his face.
I forgot why I was honking it, honestly. Alright, let's go the other way.
Oh, wonderful. He's here.
Oh. He's roaming the halls looking for us.
Looking for you. I don't want to do the parkour.
Is there parkour this way?
One person touched the door. I hear mist.
Oh,
Yeah,
V-type
sounds like
engine.
damn.
I got an engine.
Hey, we can build a car.
Just need one more big part.
Do we know the way?
Oh, wait, yeah, we know the way out. We know the way.
Who's his? Wait, who's his last? Put yours down.
I grab it. I can
Well,
do
no,
that.
fractured. I mean, not fractured. Reggie can do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going back then.
Oh!
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. If the bracken was behind one of those closed doors, the doors are open now. Oh. It's something, I just felt something at the door. Okay, what is that?
Please prepare.
Oh, that's
Emergency evacuation.
What? I can't hear you.
Well, I
I'm
thought they would
surviving.
wait on us.
Ah! Get away from my head.
All
Fucker.
reactor core systems
Oh, you
are
have so many
now
on you,
non-functional.
Bracken. You might
Please
die.
prepare for reactor core
Ah,
meltdown.
fuck. Can't die if I'm inside.
That is true. We made it. I thought you were
Who
a
left this
monster the whole
flashlight
time
on?
because I didn't know you left.
Non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core
Oh
meltdown.
wait, that might be mine. Yeah, that's the one I had.
Good. Put that in.
Yay!
Oh, we have so much money.
Explosion imminent.
We're rich.
Facility immediately.
It was a rough start, but we got it.
No, really. Oh, look outside! Look outside! Look outside! That's what
We already watched it
happens.
explode. I can't
Have
see
we?
shit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I can't see now.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Oh man, that's me. Bye guys. Renji Dogu, the most profitable.
Yeah, it's because I'm amazing.
And modest too.
Yep.
How many days we got left?
One. Make sure you get your flashlight because you dropped it.
I didn't drop it.
When you TP, you drop it. Adamants again, yay.
Oh. Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady. Oh.
Hey, sexy lady.
Both came like sidles. Is it a requirement to do that on this team now?
I don't know.
It's weird Omen doing this.
Yeah, that you say names and that means nothing to me.
All of
Young lads have
Valorant
been
streams,
saying-
Renji's lurked in and he still doesn't have the name.
I think you think I pay attention a lot more than I actually do.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I
The
pay attention
emote, I
enough
was
to hear
standing
you
too
say, like,
close
"Hey,
to
can
the
you do
door, and I was
something?"
like, oh, I can't see shit in here. Is Wolf already in here? Yep.
Yeah. What's that?
Alright, nothing that way. Dead end.
Okay.
No. Whoopee cushion.
Ah.
More muffins.
Oh, sweet.
Those are cookies.
Wait.
I'm
is that
alive.
it? Is that everything?
I think so, unless we find the fire exit. Oh wait, no, this way, this way. Is that a flashbang? You got a flash.
Yes. Don't ask questions. You don't need it. Door.
See.
Dora. Ooh. I got two
thought I saw
throwables.
Oof.
I got a flashbang
I got
and
large
an
axle.
egg. Renji, look at my Easter egg. It matches you.
Cool.
Honestly, we find like 2 more items, we're good.
Do we even need more items?
If we want to get to the better moons, yeah.
Do we want to get to quote-unquote better moons?
Yes, the mention, so we can see more things.
I feel
we
like
have
I've
to
seen
see more
enough
things?
things.
We can always see more things.
But like,
Oh,
do we
big room, big room,
want
big
to
room.
see more things?
Yes. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, we're good. 2 things.
Steering wheel.
Hey
I
yo,
think
we
I
can
know
build
the
your dream
car
car.
Yeah, right.
Shoot.
We can fix up that one that's in
Alright.
Soppy's garage.
I can make my own go-kart.
Or that.
Alright, we can leave now if y'all want. Which way is
My own go-kart with a V8 or V6.
A V6 engine go-kart.
Put a turbo on it, warp, and just go to the moon.
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
The spring trap.
The spring trap?
Yeah, the spring coil head. I think it was this one, right?
This way.
Oh, wait,
This way?
don't leave yet, don't leave yet. Somebody come help me with this really quick. Alright, wait, no, this way. Somebody has to stay right here to watch it, and somebody needs to come help me.
I'm full.
Hey, I'm watching you. Don't you fucking
no,
move,
okay,
bitch.
No. Yeah, here, just follow me. You just need to follow me. Fracture, you just stay there until we finish and we get back, okay?
He's
no, Fracture,
moving
come
even though
here.
I'm looking at him.
No, come here, come back up a little more so you can get in the door. So all you have to do is turn around and leave. Alright, stay there. We'll be right back.
What?
We're gonna die.
No, we'll be okay. We'll
He's
be okay.
moving and I'm looking
It's
at him.
okay, it's okay.
We're gonna die. Is this what it is?
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
Alright, just stay a little bit first.
Wrong way.
I'm watching. Come on. I'm watching.
There was bottles by the door.
Yeah, there was stuff by the door.
Alright, stay there. We'll be right back.
Ah, man, get off my head.
It wasn't good.
Get off. Like out! Put it down!
Help you out.
You son of a
We're
bitch!
helping.
Get off me! Get off! Get off!
I forgot. Come on, I need stamina. Oh, I need
What is on you? Wolf, what is that?
All reactor
What is
core
what?
safeguards are
Oh,
What is
oh,
that?
They did spawn a peeper.
reactor core melted.
What is
What?
that?
A peeper.
Is it contagious?
No, look, no, this not. But look, hit me once with the shovel. You can see. Oh, we have so much. The shovel, not the axle. Yeah.
What kind of noise was that?
It's up there on the bed.
It's gone.
Little
Pull the lever.
starfish
Something's
thing.
outside the door. Something.
There's nothing out here, is there?
Explosion imminent.
There's nothing out here.
Facility immediately.
I wanted to smash cut the wolf like
You see that
randomly
dot?
died. Like there's nothing out here.
You see that dot? You want to check again?
Oh, the peeper. It's one. Look, come here.
Uh,
Wow.
Oh wait. I was like, oh, I was about to say, why are we not leaving? You see the little
oh
starfish
my
thing?
god, he's so cute!
Yeah, that's what it is.
Why is that now?
They don't attack you. They basically just attach themselves to you, and it makes you heavier. I think they're
That's
like
annoying.
6 to 8 pounds each, and they spawn in groups of 4. What's funny is the mimic mod will attach to them a lot, so sometimes you'll just hear voice.
Dang, 951 on the ship.
Yeah, we have so much, and we go to the company now.
It's like I'm playing a bongo.
The fact that I can't squeak the rubber ducky is bullshit.
Right?
The hand on the hip. Wait, how did you do both hands?
You need
Press it
empty
again.
hands.
This is interesting. This is an interesting clap.
Yeah, you need empty hands to do both.
Look what I got. Look what I got.
Ooh.
Oh, so much mucus.
Are we keeping the stop sign or selling it?
I don't know.
Sell
We
it.
can keep it. You know, we don't want to keep
We'll
it.
die anyway.
We don't know that. We'll be fine.
Love me, hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Reggie, he's trying to sell your car parts.
What do you think I'm doing? Bye, bye, bye. Yo, nearly died.
Really do. Store. I'm surprised we haven't seen a cat. I have cats too.
There's cats now?
No, it's a mod.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I meant, like, 'cause as part of mod, like, that we added.
Here you go,
Spotlight.
Renji. Bought
Buying a
something
car?
for you. Yeah, bought you a car.
It's just gonna explode. You guys never successfully drove that once.
That's why I'm not
Hey,
gonna drive it this
we got
time.
it attached to the side one time.
One time.
Hey,
Go
is
get
the
your car
minion
before.
small? Wait, is Kirby small?
Oh no.
Am I tiny? No? Lame.
So
No.
all the first ones are the basic skins they had when the game first came out. Like they're not a part of the game, but it was just people changing the color and making the character and the mask. Do you think we hear an explosion or a successful park?
Where's the snake at?
Where's the snake? Oh, it's not. Join us, Renji. Become one with Snick.
Oh wow, you started out and it didn't explode. I'm impressed.
How? How do I get it attached to the side?
You put it next to it and then pull the button, the lever. Yeah, I'll push it from behind.
There's a ramp.
Please don't blow up on me.
Pull the lever, wrong. Did it work?
Hey, put it in reverse, Terry.
There you go. No more.
Drive a little
Got it.
forward.
I fell. Don't crush me.
Oh, no, too far.
It
Alright,
glitched
just-
out.
Oh.
I think I'm stuck. Nope.
Backing up.
Who the fuck? Is someone just
Alright, there we
pushing
go.
me? Like,
Yeah, I'm
is
pushing
that what
you.
that is?
Alright, just attach it. Wait, no,
Pull the
it's not
lever.
good yet. Never mind.
You're not. A little more back. Are you smoking already?
What's that?
Oh. I
Is it
didn't get
attached?
it.
I
I
think.
don't know. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I think it's attached. Bye. Y'all are both on the ship.
He
I
thought
wasn't
he
gonna
was leaving us
leave. No, I
behind.
wasn't gonna leave. You must entertain us.
Nope.
Why am I hearing music? Wait, this is music.
Don't forget to pick up your flashlight.
Yeah.
Which moon are we going to, Wolf?
Let's go to.
Let's go to like the normal moon, you know, like the Earth moon. We do
It's too
that.
late.
The
We're
normal
going to
moon.
Ren.
Our moon is so boring. It doesn't even get a fancy name.
cheese.
It's just called Moon.
But the
It doesn't have a
cheese.
name?
No. Not that I know of.
Never thought
I'm
about
gonna
that.
Google it.
Does the moon have
I
a
don't
moon
think
name?
it has a name
What
like.
is Earth's moon's name? It's called. Ready? You guys ready?
Yes.
Moon.
Wow, I learned something
The
today.
moon. With a capital M.
Oh, Alright,
That's
we
what
have
it
to
says.
go.
Is with a capital
hopefully
M.
y'all are. So see you there.
Oh god, I hate this place.
Oh no. Follow me, Renji. Sacrifice myself for you.
No, you won't.
I will sacrifice myself for you.
No, you won't. You never do. I always die for you guys.
I died for you. I was giving that tree guy a talking to. You heard.
I still died first.
Well, that's because he
What's-
grabbed you first.
Weird spawn. I've never spawned
What the
up
hell?
here.
I've spawned up here. A bell! Ding ding. I win! I found the first item.
So nice and cozy in here.
I can actually see my
I
footsteps
found a
this
dead
time.
end.
Oh, nice. Just go less rooms to go.
Dead end.
Didn't.
Okay, well, there's nothing up here to...
Are all these rooms dead end? Well, my room wasn't a dead end. I just turned around.
Whoa, there's no bookshelves
mine
down
was.
here.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, right?
There's no doors.
They're
the
all
fuck?
upstairs, I think.
Guys,
Oh.
I think we have a bit of a problem.
What, the gremlin?
Hello?
No, like something's driving.
Where are you guys at? Did you find a secret tunnel? Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Oh.
I can hear a dummy saying secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel! And die.
That's the only other way, I guess. Oh, all these lamps.
Oh my god, these are expensive.
Wait, but lamps are one at a time.
I
Oh.
got toothpaste.
I'm gonna go put these by the door.
Oh, alright. Actually, yeah, that's smart. I'll grab the toothpaste and lamp.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
Hey, DMCA, don't get us fired.
Come on,
I'm joking.
Scooby-Doo. I see you.
See? And the gremlin's like, I can't sing.
I can't. It's not real singing. It's fake
Shut
singing.
up.
It's fake singing.
Shut up. What was that? That was singing.
No, it's not good.
What's that?
It's bad.
What's that?
You heard that too, right?
Yeah, what was that?
You guys hear that weird noise that I heard when I was in here a second ago?
Yeah.
I think it's coming from that door.
Suck it.
Alright, rock, paper, scissors. Who goes in first? No.
I'll go in first. Jeez.
I already went in
scared
here.
shit.
There's a mask.
A mask.
Don't give
Yeah,
it
I
to
just
Wolf.
picked up a mask.
What do you mean? I won't do anything with it.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh, a typewriter.
That's a cash register, you
Oh,
ding-a-ling.
cash register. I think we should have somebody go back and start taking stuff back since all of this is one-handed items.
Sounds like a good idea.
Who would like to do that unless y'all want me to do it? Hello?
All is right in the world, guys. All is right in the world. How do I get back? This door?
I'm leaving.
Wait.
Get out of me.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen them before?
Yeah.
Did I
Okay,
hear
so you know how to
mimics?
work with them, then that's good.
Well, kind of. I don't know. I probably died to him before.
Well, all you do is just when it stops moving, you stop moving.
Oh, I just ran, dude.
Yeah, I saw. That's only wait, no, because if you would have moved us, if it would have stopped a second sooner, you would have got me killed because you were right behind me. It would have shot you to shoot through me.
Hey,
Okay, I'll
Oh,
keep looking
well.
around if you want to start taking stuff back. Then.
cool.
Wait,
We'll do.
I hope he hears me as a mimic.
wait, is fracture alive? Fracture. Fracture. You know what? Renji could probably use some help.
What the fuck?
Toothpaste already? Oh,
How's everybody doing? Sorry, we're not been speaking much.
You guys,
This game is stressful, man. Modded makes it even worse because I have no idea what I've installed. Wolf just sent us a code and then it installed a bunch of stuff, so he knows what's here. I think Fracture knows a little bit
No,
about
I
what's
don't.
in the game, but I have no idea.
no clue. Not a damn clue.
Oh, man. Stress. So much stress.
Actually, I could probably type that in my chat. This is convenient. I don't have to go open somebody's stream.
Right?
Probably gonna know I'm
yeah,
dead now.
I got turned around. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you listening? Can you hear me from... Type it in your own chat, like... I mean you can hear me.
Oh my gosh. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, hey, Wolf.
Oh,
I got turned
did-
around.
Okay, here, come with me really quick. There's a new thing we have to see too, and then we probably should just leave. And I think Fracture said.
That might be why they're typing. How much more stuff is there to bring?
Oh, just a few things, but come on really quick.
Oh, God.
Okay, so.
What is crying?
Don't move, don't move, don't move.
Is that a witch?
Oh my gosh, that was such a long look. Come with me really quick.
Wolf, I think I just heard some laughter.
You
Nope.
probably heard it.
I can hear crying.
Yeah,
Is
what
it
do you
that
hear the
close?
crying? Go to the crying. I can't hear it right now.
I think it's this ghost.
No, the ghost isn't the crying. It's.
I heard a mimic.
Oh yeah, I was so confused on why you were saying that. Yeah, that was a mimic. Because I heard you say, "Don't forget to pick up your flashlight," and I was like, "That's so random."
Wolf, I heard you speaking.
Oh,
That's why I knew it was a mimic, but it was saying it on top of what... Oh, you actually talking.
yeah, I just heard.
The fuck is that?
Oh, as long as we are together. Oh, it's chasing you. Leave, 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 leave.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove it.
Is it? Oh, you're alive.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, let's just leave. Just forget everything else.
Wolf, I got down to 12 HP. What the fuck?
I'm at 55. I don't know why
Nice,
it
nice.
aggroed you for some reason. Did you try to take the heart from it, or?
No. Saw that other thing come up the stairs.
Yeah, that was the
I think
butler.
that's what was crying.
No, it was something else. I know it's crying, but that's what I wanted you to see. But
What?
we
What
couldn't
was
see it.
crying?
I can't tell you because then it'll give it away. But
I have
We'll
no
see
idea
it
where it's
again.
coming from though. Like it
Yeah.
might have been downstairs, but I don't know.
this is okay though.
The silence. Determination. Don't worry, bestie. It's not right behind you at all. If I were you, I would leave Wolf behind.
Oh my gosh! I turned around and another one's
See?
there.
Told ya.
I heard it last second. I was like, "There's one behind me."
On my body. I
What got you
forgot that I
anyway?
had a top hat. That's funny on Cypher. Oh,
What ended up getting you?
Huh?
What got you?
Nutcracker.
Oh, me. Oh,
He survived.
at least I got some stuff. That's good.
What is wrong with my hands?
Wolf, you of all
Yeah.
the times to be playing that goddamn harp.
Yeah, I saw it. I was trying to stop, but it wouldn't, so I had to drop it. And then I was like, no, the harp's so expensive. So I was circling it, trying to get it. And as soon as I was about to go for it, I hear a step behind me, turn around, I'm face to face with another dog. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Oh my god, dude! It came into focus, and I immediately just started crouching. You know?
I saw
And
that.
I just like crouched away. I was not dealing with it.
It was funny because I was over here thinking, I was like, this is the first time I've walked back and nothing's right there outside. And as soon as I finished thinking it, a dog right there.
Thank you for the hydrate and stretch, mastermind. Wolf, did you hydrate and stretch?
I will do a hydrating stretch. Where's my little water bottle? Oh, stretch actually felt really good right now.
Is there a push?
Yeah. It's just
There's
eat.
been a push this whole time. I knew at
Have
some
you
point.
never noticed you would be pushed through doors sometimes? I would be pushing you out through the doors, so like, I'll let them go
I
first.
thought so. I was like, at some point, I was like, I swear I'm just like randomly moving, and I'm not doing anything. God damn it.
It's funny. For the sound effect, no, it's just whoever specifically for that.
This is just like content warning.
What? What happened?
This.
Stop pushing me.
Push mod.
There's a push
I didn't know
mod?
there was a push mod. Wolf has been pushing us. Did you know that? He knew this whole time. We didn't. He's
You've
been pushing
out
us.
through
I didn't
doors.
even notice. Oh god.
Most of the time, you'd be
For
walking
the sound
while I'm
effects
pushing
for
you.
the
So.
channel points, can everyone hear that? Because it's share chat? No.
No, just whoever's.
No, those are individual because it's
That's set up in our
it's browser
separate
source.
OBSs.
Yeah. Or OBS, as
says
Em would say,
OBS?
and confuse the Em.
Ed?
Em Skunk says it, and it confuses the shit out of me sometimes.
The fuck is
Because
that?
sometimes it goes, oh yeah, my OBS, or other times he just says OBS, and I'm like, the fuck is he talking about?
Well, if it's rainy here.
It's raining. We still have to go, if I'm being honest, because we spent the money. We should have somebody stay on the ship. Wait, do we have money still? No, we don't.
Oh,
Who would
that's
like
it
to
done
stay
in
on
your
the
fault.
ship?
Yeah. If you hit escape, the little green icon in the corner is additional cosmetics.
That's how you've been doing that.
It was also on the starting screen. Oh, what is that? I don't like that. That's just like
You don't like
floating
my
in
eyes?
front of you.
My eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it looked like with your hat. Yeah, all the cosmetic things won't really work on, I mean, some work, but not all. Most of them will just be in front of you and stuff for custom skins.
Yeah, your top hat's been like floating in front
What
of your
was
face.
that?
Was that lightning?
Wait,
What?
do I have a top hat on?
What's the condition?
Just lightning.
Just lightning.
Have fun, guys.
We got this. Anything metal will get us shocked.
Does that include the flashlight?
I don't think so.
Running for it.
So much stamina. Upstairs again, okay.
We gotta be fast about this.
Why? Why?
Why do I hear breathing?
Not sure.
Did you hear breathing?
No, I didn't hear any breathing.
I got an air horn.
Hello? What'd you say, Fracture?
I found an air horn in a red Solo cup.
Boys, I got 2 brushes and a Coca-Cola.
Is it
Oh, I thought
actually
the
a
hairdryer.
Coca-Cola? Huh?
A soda.
Got a hairdryer. Is this metal? Why does this have a use?
I don't know. Wait, you can use the hairdryer? Oh, and emergency exits right here.
Nice. A soccer ball.
Oh, you can
pick
kick it?
Can you pick it up?
Oh, I'm full.
I got it. I'm full now.
Should we try the emergency exit?
Do you know how to
Okay,
get back from here?
Do you want to try the emergency exit?
That wasn't an answer.
Wait, give me.
Nope.
Yeah. Good thing we have footsteps. Where'd you go?
Where'd you go?
I'm following the footsteps. Where are you?
I went to the wrong footsteps.
Mhm.
I think that this is the dead end one. Stop making noise. The fuck? No. Oh.
Wait, is it this way?
Is this
Yeah.
wedding ring's metal, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's like this way, right? Yeah.
There's another one. It's a key.
Oh, I found it.
Coming.
Oh my gosh. Renji's bullying me.
What do you do? Maybe you deserve
Get the
to be
whisper
bullied.
run. No. Alright, be careful of static.
Where'd the lamp go?
We made it back with items.
Congrats. Because
Careful not to bump the soccer
friggin'
ball.
lightning,
And you
the
can
lightning's
actually
been
kick
going
it.
non-stop.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Where'd it
What's
go?
been going
Yep.
non-stop?
Lightning.
It's just been hitting like crazy.
The spaceship is metal, so... Makes sense.
They kick you in
Alright,
the
we're all good.
face.
Lovely, look at that.
Wolf,
Yeah.
you gotta be careful. You ever been hit in the face with one of those? You get
No.
hurt.
Where'd it go?
Experience.
Experience.com.
Yeah,
Now
it's
we
all
can
going
turn
to
off
get-
the big light.
Most profitable. Yay!
How did you get it? You didn't even...
Ah, you suck.
No.
It's stormy
No big
again.
light.
Okay, so same plan, same plan.
Again?
Yeah, well, might as well get the stuff from here. But I mean, look at how much money we got.
Yeah, we got more than enough.
So it's Renji's turn to go in.
And else.
We
Hey,
dummy spotted.
Renji. It's your turn to go in.
I'll be here.
What? No, it's you go in. I will be here.
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's see.
I'll let them find out.
Huh? Why is he doing that?
Why not?
Monsters?
You know, I kind of forgot that was a thing. I should have been doing that the whole time when I was on the ship.
Oh, that's ominous.
Not in yet.
Dead end.
And then back here.
This item
What?
is cursed.
Is that all that was in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's a door in the corner.
Over here?
This way. Yeah.
Oh, your flashlight on top of my flashlight makes it hard to see. Alright.
You did it.
It was a painting. It was probably two-handed. Yep.
Yeah, most likely. Fucking hell, you almost scared the shit out of me there.
You guys notice when Renji gets startled, his British gets real thick? It's funny.
It did.
Eh?
It's fucking. That's why I have to sit out, because, like, fucking I've been so on edge. I fucking hate jump scares, man. They're so cheap.
True. Did we try this door? I think so. We go upstairs. There is a thing here. Renji? Renji? Where'd you go? Renji? What happened? Oh no. Okay. Bring it back to this. What happened? Renji got
Hey, welcome
disconnected.
back. Yeah, I saw.
Do you have late join?
I think so. Oh no, I don't. But we can close it and then come back, like as soon as we go into the sky. So let's do that. my gosh.
No, I was trying to.
Nope. Your hand went to the gun and I thought you were about to pull it out and shoot me. I was like, oh, is
Give
that, is
it.
that serious?
Get it! There's a can, air, the horn. This, you with this.
I'm gonna type in company and then we're gonna get you back, Renji. I'm gonna drop one of them.
No, put that down. This is the first time I survived with that. Give it back!
Well, we got to go get Renji. I'll see you in a second.
That bastard. That bastard. Bastard. It's some bullshit, guys. It's some bullshit. This does not have a button. That didn't work. That didn't give me a join button. That's still not giving me a join button. I also don't have a join button. Hey, be sure to redeem your Disney Soul Orb. Belkis. Do we need to reopen the game? Hold on, let me reopen Discord sound.
Make everything all the worse. Or, I mean better, my bad, I mean better.
Hello?
Once I get you...
About time you came back to Discord.
You know, we said some things. You don't want to know what we said, but we said some things. It was a good thing, so...
Yeah, good things.
I
Only
know
good
it wasn't
things.
good things.
It wasn't anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't talk about you at all anyway.
I know.
You don't know nothing.
I'm just agreeing with you and you're like, me.
I was taking a sip of my water.
Do we need to close the game entirely?
No, only Wolf does.
Oh.
Because you remember that whole like Steam open order thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when Wolf disconnected from VTube Studio earlier and then had to reconnect and open it again, so Steam thinks he's in VTube Studio and not Lethal.
Oh.
So that's why when we got the invites, it was like, yeah, we're inviting, but like you're in a different thing, even though you got two things open.
What is the point of even sending the invite?
I don't know. It's real dumb. It's strange, but thank you for the alert, Belkis. I literally
Hi,
only just got to that
Belkis.
now. Hi, Belkis.
Good luck with your off-Kai thing.
Yeah, good luck.
I guess.
You got it. You got this. Hey, Wolf, do you have repo?
I do.
You do? Oh, we should play that at some point, guys.
I'm down.
I thought you didn't like it.
No, I don't like it when it's the two of us because we just die.
Oh.
That's what I didn't like.
Randy doesn't like repo. Alright.
No, I agreed with
y'all.
you. I agreed with you before when you said it's probably better with more people. I think because we need
missed
more
that.
distractions.
I
Oh,
might
see.
miss that.
See, you never listen. You just never listen.
I'm a terrible listener, guys.
You are. There's only 2 of us as well.
So Renji just wants more bodies to kill him alive. What? Kill him alive?
Keep me alive, I think. But Mastermind, as much as that's the thought process, that's never the reality. I'm more likely to die before anyone else.
Nuh-uh. Wolf, how's it coming?
I just started the game up. It's loading up now.
Yeah, it takes a bit. Plus, even if I didn't actually like Reaper, like I still kind of want to give it a try because I feel like I'm missing something. Like everybody's playing it, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, there's got to be something. I'm missing something clearly.
Wait, would you want to try a base game or modded?
We should probably do base game because me and you have only played it like
Twice.
the one time.
3 times?
Oh,
3 rounds?
that's right then.
Got
Yeah.
in the
I've been
door,
playing
picked up
a lot.
like 3 things and died.
Yeah, pretty much. It literally is just walk in, pick up, dead. Walk in, pick up, dead.
Invite to Vincent.
Button!
Alright,
It worked.
cool.
It worked. Hey, okay. I'm meeting on Discord or volume lowering.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just muting on Discord real quick.
uh-oh.
So I am here, but I have to do something really. I just need to send a file to someone.
Uh-oh.
You're fine.
What is my game doing?
We'll go ahead and land us at the company though, so we can sail.
Now, you start.
I don't want that. There we go. Yippee! Yippee!
Okay, I'm not going to continue doing that anymore.
Wah. Wah.
Wow.
Why are you always lying now?
Wah. What's that? I triggered this toggle, guys. It won't change the facial expression, so it's just like wah, wah.
Okay,
Go
I'm
sell.
back in the
Go
game.
sell.
No. This is my emotional support, yippee.
Well, then sell anything.
No, you can't keep it. I'm not allowed to keep noisy things, neither are you. You never let me keep noisy things.
That's
Sell it.
enough, right?
But I want it.
Sell it.
But
Sell it. Sell it.
oh. I knew you were gonna push me.
Sell it. Sell it.
No, I want to keep it.
Sell
I want to keep
it. No,
it.
fair is fair. You never let me keep my stuff.
Sell the toothpaste. Nobody needs that. Bye,
Dale.
Yippee. I love you, Yippee. Look how sad he is. Look how sad he is, guys. Ah!
Your hard work is invaluable to the company.
Now your training is complete.
No,
Why is the door shut?
you're just
I actually
closed on
don't
us. There could be something in there, so be.
Why is there some? What?
Huh?
Intimidated.
We ain't scared of you, whatever you are. That's how not scared we are.
No.
Your keyboard is loud. Are you taking it?
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm buying more flashlights, so we need more.
Hi, Spider-Man.
You can jump with it.
That looks so funny. You did actually disappear off my screen slightly when you jumped. Then you came straight back.
Why can't I put this down?
California girls, unforgettable days. Dudes, bikinis on top. West Coast skin so hot. We'll match your popsicle. Oh. Something.
You actually knew more than I thought you would.
Katy Perry was popular when I was in high school.
Same. Used to listen to Katy Perry on the radio all the time driving to places instead of going to class.
I forget that you enjoy like the basic pop music. My graduating class, the school I graduated from, the mascot was tigers, so Roar was what they played at my
Roar.
graduation.
Oh.
I remember having a panic
Forget
attack because I
that's-
was like, oh fuck, I didn't think I'd get this far.
Mhm.
I forgot that's such a thing in America. Like my school, we didn't even have a mascot because that's just not a thing in the UK.
I thought that was a thing everywhere. Why can't I put this down?
What is it?
Only America.
The teleporter.
Another one?
Yeah, about the inverse and the regular.
Ah.
To the moon. Go save Riley. Take her to the moon for me.
What inverses you with those?
Are we good? Yeah.
Alright, how much money do we have? Not enough for the big moons. We go to a small moon.
We still have our car. Completely forgot. We spent
I
all that
did
time putting the
too.
car on the side.
Do we still have it?
I don't know. Should probably check.
Yeah, we'll check when we leave.
Door won't open.
Are we even there yet?
No, we're
Yeah.
landing now.
Are we there yet, Wolf? Wolf, are we there yet? Wolf, are we there yet? Wolf, are we
Stand
there
right
yet?
here.
Wolf, are we there yet?
Oh, we'll stand right there.
We're there yet.
come
So
stand
bad
right
news
here,
about the
somebody.
There
car.
yet. No!
Wolf, you arrange a new car.
I didn't do anything to it.
Bye.
My flashlight! This is actually a terrible idea. How does one find the exit? that's not good. Hello? Oh, is that the stabby ceiling? Is that what I heard? Oh. My flashlight.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Flashlight. So I think there's stabby ceilings in here.
Uh-oh. Receiving signal. What?
Hey.
Oh, the monster activated. Hopefully already. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Going.
Wait, I want to dance too, actually. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna be the hottest new dance crew coming through here.
Mind the bees.
Mind the gap.
Minding.
My flashlight appears to be in my hand instead of on my shoulder.
Same. But you guys have it on your shoulder. I think it's just what you see, like, as the player. Bro, that was so funny for picking up on that like that.
Oh, the flashlight won't even work that well like this. It doesn't go straight.
Wow, Wolf, you gave up pretty quickly.
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you were walking normal.
Oh, there's 2 things here. 3 things.
Cookie mold and an Easter egg.
I can't grab them while I'm dancing.
Ooh, a flask. I saw it first, Wolf.
Too bad, too bad, too bad. Oh, you stopped dancing.
Yeah, you kind of have to stop emoting to pick things up.
Yeah, it's
bro,
sad. Ah, crap.
Look, so you
I still
can
haven't
emo
seen
while
anything
dancing,
new
it's just-
besides, like, the
yes,
ghosts.
There's been things, it's just, well, the one game you died in with the Nutcracker, there's like 3 new things in there.
Yeah, there was like a thing crying.
I heard that thing crying. I was like, what the fuck is that? Were there witches here? Is it the Left 4
You'll
Dead
see.
witches?
Oh god. The Left 4 Dead witches, that would be...
But I bumped that.
I had
thing,
flashbacks when I heard that in death.
There we go.
Oh.
You guys found the stabby ceiling.
Yeah. Careful.
This is one of those ones where I can't see my footsteps. I should go back. Whoop, not that way. Oh, there's my feet. The second I say something, they appear.
I was gonna say, I don't know the way back either. Luckily my hands are full, so I can't do anything about that. You were saved today, Wolf.
In the rock. Actually, no, we don't. Not really. This is the first day, so we got 2 more. Oh, I did not know.
Push me, you shit. Don't push me.
How do you know I was trying to push you? Maybe I was trying to shut the door so you'd know I was there and didn't startle you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not good. We were following you.
No, what way y'all were? Oh, I found one way. Back up these steps. No fracture, we will lose. We don't know where we are. We will lose so fast. Well, here's an axle. Well, what do you mean, buddy? There's no money if we die.
Sure it is. It's just plugged into the wall right now.
Is it though? Wait, what is that? I heard something.
No, you didn't. You're hallucinating.
Hopefully.
You hear that?
Yeah.
There's
What is
something
that?
skittering.
Let me know if y'all hear crying. We can go check it out. Oh, I found this is the way back.
Gremlin. Ah, there you go.
Oh,
What?
Oh, okay.
I see a
What?
blinking red light.
Where?
Straight ahead. Oh, it's the bot thing, the drop thing.
The fuck is that?
No! Okay, I made it. No!
Oh my god! Mindy!
Oh, I almost pushed you back into it. Wait, back up fracture so I don't
I'm trying to get his
push you.
body. I got him. His face.
Yeah, that's fine.
This way?
I think it was back. I don't have a flashlight anymore. I can't see. Wait, you don't need to be his body. We have the teleporter.
Oh, we don't need to carry his body.
Oh no! Oh no!
This isn't good.
Gotta be quick. We gotta be quick. That's. Oh no! We're dead. We're dead. That's game over. That's game over. Fracture. We got 2 minutes to find the place. I need your flashlight. I need your. No, don't crouch. I need your. We gotta go. We just gotta go. Let's see this. I'll hope it opens.
Where'd you go? You need.
Well, go ahead and land us at the pump. Run! Run!
Run where?
I don't know.
Do we come from up or down or? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know what happens if that thing wins. Okay, I think it was down. I win. I won. Fine. It's fine. Why is there two bees? Why is there two bees? Stop it. Okay. Okay, whoever is talking from the bed better shut dead. Shush.
You don't
Uh.
need his body. We have the teleporter.
Shut up! Why is this floating?
That was scary.
No,
These footprints don't help at all.
It's because they, after a
They
while, that was
disappeared.
bullshit. I ran at the same time as Wolf. Wolf made it, and I fucking died. That's bollocks.
Oh wait, if you ran at the same time as me, I ran late.
God damn.
I had the axle, so I had to time it a little off to make sure that I would make.
It came down and I ran, dude. Fucking.
It's okay though. We made it. We got $67 worth of stuff. I need to get a flashlight. But Fracture, did you look at that white thing that we saw?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you were barely alive. That basically that's the shy guy, if you know that SCP.
No.
So basically, he will cry in a corner just sitting on the floor. If you look at him, he gets mad and takes like a minute to 2 minutes of him
he
just
hadn't
raging.
started crying yet. He was still spawning in when I saw him.
Oh.
I
okay,
saw
okay,
him
then that's fine.
like emerge out of the ground and then fold into himself, and I turned away, and then he started crying.
Okay. So then we lucked out then. But basically, yeah, if you see that, you just have to run. You have 2 minutes to get back to the ship or you're dead.
Right
Yeah, the thumper
before
got
I found the door. Guys, I'm lucky I was able to bring Renji's body back.
Did he to bring it back?
And there was dogs out here. And there was 2 bees. Did you guys know there were 2 bees?
Yeah, I saw
I
them.
didn't know there was 2.
Can't see anything when I emote from up here. My body like blocks the camera.
You guys know how to do this in real
No.
life?
No, I actually don't.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I haven't done it in a while. Well, I mean, yes, but I haven't.
Wow, Wolf casually just does the flossing.
Oh, I used to play Fortnite a lot, so I was like, I wonder if I could do this.
Jingle,
Get flashlight if you
jingle.
need.
Is this from Mean Girls? Why did you do that?
Oh, you just
Is it from Mean Girls?
Did you just do that to steal my flashlight?
Oh no.
What is that? There, let's go.
Krabby. I just noticed you put in the chat.
What'd you say?
Oh, I thought you were disconnecting again.
No.
That
Well,
was
I
really
disconnected, there
scary
was
for the
nothing.
record. You were there, I turned around, was like, that's a dead end, and went back and you were just gone.
Well, it was freaky for me because like nothing had happened, and then I just disconnected.
Make sure that's blind. Okay.
Well, if you really gotta quit smoking, it's not good for you, man. You can't fuck up
What do
your
you
voice.
mean?
Yeah. That's how you know it's not good for him. Look, he's dead.
Look, I should have
Like
listened.
that.
Live on without me. It'll be okay.
I don't think you'll be okay. Here's that noise. You guys hear that?
Music? can hear music.
Wolf, you can't just sit there and do nothing. You have to come along. Get up.
I'm dead. I can't do anything.
Get up. Get up. Minjay. Wolf is choosing to lie on the floor.
No, I was put down.
Also, I think the music's
Why
coming
can I
off
keep
of his
hearing
corpse.
music?
I think that's coming off of him.
Oh, okay. Air horn there.
You want it?
Well, obviously.
Move your body. Oh, there's another one.
Another air horn? I want it.
It's too bad you're dead. Dead people can't have it.
I love that reasoning. Yeah, you're dead. You can't have it. Dead people can't have air horn.
Because if he wanted it, he would have to get up and not be dead. But he's not gonna do that.
I can still pick stuff up like this.
No, you can't.
Can
See,
you?
this
Yeah,
is what
okay.
my perspective was. I was standing here, and I looked this way, and he like ballooned out of the ground like a flower, and then folded in on himself.
I saw that happen. He
Bestie,
turned around like, what was that? Boom.
bestie. I got you, buddy. Don't worry. Well, let me get your air horn. Hold on. I don't know if I can get it. Where's the laser?
You can trip it and then go real fast.
Okay, got that. What is that noise?
No noise.
Something's breathing. Goodbye. I'm
Why
done.
you carry? We can get stuff this way though.
You have fun with that. I gotta take my bestie back.
You don't have to take him. We have a TP.
It's not the same. I have to carry him on my back.
We're not gonna survive this run, y'all.
What do you mean? We got 3 items. Okay, one of them
We
is a corpse.
need $500 worth of stuff.
Well, that's
we don't
because
even
you
have
brought us
100.
to the cheap moons.
We don't have enough for the expensive ones.
That's because you chose the moon that's constantly stormy.
Not constantly. That was just bad luck. We got it twice in a row.
Why are you following me? I don't know where I'm going. Vents are open. Fuck.
Oh. He gets mad and takes like a minute, 2 minutes of him just raging.
He talks like
So
you.
I am here, but I have to do something.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, we're done. I'm dead.
How the fuck did I manage to escape twice?
We gotta go. We gotta
You
go. I was
survived?
dead at it. Yes, because I know how to avoid that thing.
I apparently know how to avoid that thing too. Well, thanks to you.
So you did not, you left me to die. That's how you tried to avoid it.
You said you were dead, so I was like, alright.
That's how you know it's not good for him. Look, he's dead.
Do you hear Renji
Fracture,
talking?
hurry up because I gotta go. I gotta leave. We gotta go.
Somebody is talking. I summon you back from death. Back from death. Where'd his body go?
Right here.
Back from death. Live. Live. Here you go. This is for you. This is for you. And this.
One off. I want off. I hate this. Hate this life.
Is there a mod to take out the stabby ceiling?
It's not me. Probably. All right, we got 1 day left, y'all. Let's do this. Charger flashlights if you have a...
You want to stay on the ship?
Oh no, I was trying to activate one of the TPs.
Renji, you didn't get your flashlight.
What's the point? Parkour over here.
A lot of parkour.
Fire exit.
Cookie cutter.
There's a door down that way.
It looks like there's something in there. Oh, it was just the pipe.
Get in. Your flashlight is freaking out behind me. It actually, like, hurts my eyes.
Sorry. I was trying to keep an eye on the ceiling. How the hell is he already back on the ship? The fuck?
Maybe he also found the fire exit, maybe. Get in.
I'm being teleported. Hello? Well, good thing that was an emergency exit. Where's the ship at? Oh, fucking hell. Well, I fell down. I sure hope I don't need backup. Hey, Wolf! You son of a bitch!
Hurry up.
What do you mean, hurry up? Open the door. Open the door. Open this damn door. Wolf. Wolf.
No one's here.
The fuck? What are you doing?
Oh. Wait, aren't you dying?
Yeah, you probably got him killed because he didn't have a flashlight.
No, leave me alone.
What the fuck was that for?
I was thinking it'd be funny. It was funny. I'll come back. Ouch. Yawn. Should we try to appease the company god? Oh, it doesn't do
Got anything
anything
else?
here. So that's just everything.
Except the stop sign.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You're half under.
Dancing.
As you have not met the profit quota, your performance has been deemed below standard. Welcome
Get
to
off
our
here.
disciplinary
No.
process.
I didn't do it! Chip! No!
Y'all followed the trail again. Good to know y'all made it alive.
Welcome to your first day on the job. This is your very own autopilot ship, where you will eat and sleep for the duration of your contract. Make yourself at home. To complete the onboarding process, you will want to check the instruction manual and sign into your ship's computer terminal. We trust
found
you will be a
peace.
great asset to the company. Great asset.
It may not look like it,
Asset. Great asset.
but I'm flipping you
Asset.
off.
Great asset.
Find peace, young women.
Fuck your piece.
I can't tell if I'm actually pushing.
You hear that little sound, that means you are. Oh,
There's a sound.
I don't know. All I can hear is the mashing of keys.
sorry.
Not just you, it's me as well, but I can't hear anything over the mashing the E.
Oof. What are y'all thinking? Do we want to keep going or? Oh,
We have another hour to go, Wolf.
brimstone.
Oh yeah. What are y'all thinking? Keep going and then like we laugh.
Instant Liverpool. I was gonna say we should probably switch lobbies if anything, because I got to go in like 30. Oh,
What time have you got to go?
okay. So I was like, I have to go in like 30, 40 minutes.
Do we just go till Wolf has to go?
Sure.
Or
Do we want to actually explore this moon? Because there's dogs right outside. What are we thinking?
Don't open.
hey yo,
Open the door real quick. Open the door real quick. Brimstone gonna learn a new thing today. Where'd they go?
oh I heard a mimic. Oh, mimic. There's something out
I
there
was
with a
wondering what you. Wait, what'd you?
it's something out there with a high-pitched gremlin voice saying leave.
That's actually kind of scary. Oh, dog. Hello, dog. We have somebody in there that you could meet. The doors will open relatively soon. Just keep listening to my keep listening to my voice.
Got anything else? It's
alright,
we're not gonna survive the night.
Alright, now you're in here. Follow my voice to the back of the ship.
When I disconnect,
It's alright. You're right there, right there. I don't know where they are in there exactly. You got it. Wingman!
no.
Did you plant the spike at least?
We gotta clean this.
No. Well, Wingman do it.
We gotta clean this, and I don't have a power washer.
It's a power wash. Wingman, you're.
There was a lot of really good high-pitched mimic gremlin lines. Whoa.
You're lucky there's not a stop sign, because I would beat the fucking shit out of you right now.
Moshi Moshi. Anything out here?
What kind of night?
I heard something though, like in the ground.
You? I didn't hear that. Probably for the best.
This is a spooter. There's a spooter.
Oh.
There's a bunch of stuff here to take back already, so.
Oh, you scared me. I thought you left.
No, that was Wolf. There's nothing in there. I've been in there. Oh wait, sorry. There was this plastic fish. That's it.
Wolf has been trying to murder me all day.
I mean, he successfully got you last time, and then I got killed.
Dang, I don't want to go through the spider door. The spider door is shit. You guys hear an ice cream truck?
Oh, they're alive. Here they come. You have a flashlight in this red cabinet. I'm 32. That's already quota.
Nice. You don't want your flashlight?
Alright, Wolf is just gonna kill me again.
I'm not going to kill you.
Where'd you go? I thought you were following me when we were when I left.
checking rooms. Are we leaving then?
We can. We got a decent amount. Unless
Yeah.
y'all want to go back.
No, there's a spook.
You said there was a spider, so I'm not super inclined to go back in.
Alright, that's fair. It's fair.
What do you think that's supposed to be?
Propaganda put here by the company.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Propaganda put here by the company.
Okay. You're a cow?
Yeah. What's to ya?
Oh, that's right. We lost that person. Marshall.
You can't stand on your head.
I don't have
Do that
it.
wingman.
What?
The timing.
How are you playing that saxophone?
Willpower.
Be careful, turret. There's a turret to this way. Be careful.
I just go this way. Did you just try to kill me again?
No, I'm trying to go past.
Did he die?
Oh yeah, I have a flashlight now. Don't know.
Oh, he didn't die.
I hear him.
I'm not there.
Nice. Cool. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Squeak. Squeaky door. Huh? Where'd you come from? Is there slime?
I'm pretty sure I just heard a mimic. You?
Huh?
I didn't hear anything.
Minji?
Where'd you come?
Oh, I thought that Bracken got you for a second. Oh, found something.
Easter egg.
Easter egg.
Don't say things in sync with me. It's weird.
I said it first because of Discord delay, actually.
Actually. Oh man. Oh, glad I came in here.
Yep.
There's just not even anything down either. Wonderful.
What a great room. Or set of rooms.
Indeed, indeed.
A remote.
A universal remote?
Think so.
Sick.
I cannot
Push the
watch
big red
TV. Huh?
Push the big red button.
I thought there was like an actual physical big red button, and I would have actually pressed it. What?
Wolf? Oh,
He-
toilet pepper.
He's down.
I'll see. Is this floating above my head?
Yeah, like way above your head.
Then why can't I see? I can't. There you are. Okay. Follow you.
I don't think that's a good idea. That's a dead end.
What do you mean? It's turning out to be a great idea so far.
How did he get out so fast? He must have found like
The emergency exit.
emergency. Yeah, but I don't see one. Oh, I just realized my flashlight's dead. That's why I don't see nothing.
You want mine?
Yeah, it's okay. We'll wander around aimlessly forever.
Mine doesn't turn on.
Well, we can only come back the way we came. So there's that.
I feel like the addition of
It
toilet
did not
paper
come
was
this
a
way.
terrible idea. I think
You
we
wanna drop it? I'll take it. I'll follow you. If you wanna drop it. Hey, there's a thing in here.
Ooh, nice. I think we were up. Were we?
We must have been, right?
Yeah, I think so. Was the emergency exit the SOA?
I don't know.
Ew,
I
it
never even
was.
saw one.
Look at that. There's a mine though, so watch
Cool.
your step. It's not there. Forward. And then up this way, I think.
See, when I came out here last time, it was muddy, and I couldn't see the difference. So I fucking ended up just drowning.
Yeah, there's also like water to the right.
Yeah, see, I avoided the water.
Oh
but
my god, mud, mud, mud. How the
That's
fuck
the
am I
exact mud
supposed
I
to
drowned
see
in.
it? I can't see it
See?
and I don't have toilet paper in my face.
Right? I literally, that's how I drowned last time. I just walked into it and I was like, how the fuck would I ever know? It's in the dark.
Okay, the ship is right in front. Watch the cavern. Come this way. There you go.
Alright, I can kind of see. I've got a decent POV. But I can actually kind of half see.
I gotta pee again. Where'd he go?
We might have gone back in.
Oh,
Or is he dead?
No, he's moving. Oh, there he is.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, I was coming to look for y'all, but I went the wrong way.
Hello. We got toilet paper for later.
TP?
Yes, great.
Put it in the
Yeah, man.
Hey.
I was thinking it'd be funny.
No, there's monsters out here.
Yeah, there's stuff. You see that?
What? Oh
There was
no.
stuff in the corner.
Not let me get it like
Not anymore.
Zero days left to hit quota.
Report
E.
to the company building immediately to sell your scrap metal and other goods. You have 0 days left to meet the profit quota. You can use the terminal to route the autopilot to the company building.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button.
Wolf, I know you want the axle like really bad, but come on, bro.
I'm trying to.
Ah, no. I put it down so fast. Thank you for the hydrate, the gel type. The hydrate down. What are you doing? That won't go off the.
Warning.
Warning.
Warning. Mind the gap.
Considering we made it, should we just call it here then?
Yeah.
Alright, that sounds fine then. Well, good. Why can I only see your head? Like you took your hat off and just put it on the shelf.
It's a trophy.
Mm-hmm. They did Wingman dirty. Why am I hurt? Oh, because of the egg.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Good games though, y'all. Any dances to end the day?
There you go.
Thanks for looking.
You're still emoting through it.
How do you emote while doing it?
Oh, I was emoting already, and then I hit 0 and typed out, and then I just kept going.
Oh, that's weird. Interesting, interesting. I wonder if it's these emotes, that's why it worked. Oh. Smash the subscribe. Bye-bye.
Alright, let me see.
Stream, y'all. Let's stream. Yeah.
Yeah, where we going? Where we going?
Alright. I'm leaving lobby. Discord though.
Okay.
Not me saying Discord and not turning people up.
Wow.
There we go. I can hear
Okay, there we go. Back on the Discord.
you.
Hitting buttons, hitting buttons.
I have someone playing Final Fantasy that's live or Hollow Knight. Otherwise,
Both
nobody
sound
else.
good to me.
I got some Monster Hunter, or some Me-Side, or Dark Souls, or Zenlos Zone Zero.
You got 2 people playing Lethal Company.
I mean, I have that too, but you know, they're weird, you know. So.
Alright, Renji, you got more options. You pick and you tell us the name. Post
Oh,
it in
me?
chat so we
Okay.
can copy and paste it.
Okay, well then let's go over to Konami. Konami's playing some Zenlos Zone Zero, and I don't get to raid Konami much anymore.
Raid train.
So that's Konami's username now.
Copy. Paste.
Raid message.
Starting raid. I have no raid message, so if y'all look, we are unable to rate them at this time.
Konami's.
I think they may be getting ready to end stream because it says I can't rate them.
Either that or they just no. Konami would accept like.
Oh wait, unless it was from me, then yeah.
I was gonna say like I'd imagine Konami. Okay, well if we can't go to Konami, then we could go. You know, we could go to Loopsy. Loopsy's doing art. I mean, suppose we should send people somewhere chill then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loopsy BT. There you go. That's Loopsy's user.
I'm not seeing whatever you're typing.
What in Discord?
Oh, in Discord. There we go.
Oh, I wasn't typing it in the thing yet. I want to make sure you guys have it before I type it in.
Yes, it just typed in for me.
Initiating the raid.
Yep, same.
Alright guys, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next time. Renji, are you streaming any more this week?
Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow and Friday. I'm taking the weekend off.
I said my rate. I should have waited.
Okay.
Wolf, are you streaming any out this week?
Just Saturday.
Alright.
This Saturday I'll be
That's the
streaming,
streams for you guys to catch. I don't know if I will.
Gremlin streams?
I don't know. I'll see. It depends how I'm feeling. I'm gonna be strictly gorilla streaming. Just if I feel like it.
I see.